Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and this is the Boker Warbird. And this is a first impressions video, but I have had it since yesterday, and holy cow, is this thing unique. I've never seen this knife before. Never even seen pictures, nothing like that, at least not that I can remember. But it's pretty awesome. I gotta say that right now. So we have D2 steel, which it does have some patina going on. I'm going to deal with that for the owner. It's probably just from shipping. You definitely want to make sure you oil the knives before you ship them out, but it's at a point to where it's easily dealt with. Now, this is not titanium, but it looks like it. It's aluminum. So, which is cool. And it feels like titanium. I never would have thought this was aluminum. I 100% would have thought it's titanium. It feels like titanium. The weight feels like titanium. Now, something very unique. Look at this lock bar. So when you look inside of it, watch it go down right here. You see where it goes? Now watch when I flip it. It's actually integrated into the back spacer. So it is a liner on this side. But if I shine the light through here, you can, let me go this way. You can see that it actually loops up and around. They actually got weight relief on it. But it's very unique, and it is locked up solid. I've checked it. Good access to it. Very easy to get to. Easy to disengage. Very, very smooth. The flipping action in detent is good. The reverse flicking action is good, and it has a good sound to it. I don't know if it'll translate, but the lockup sounds nice. Usually, it does have a couple things, you know, like the clip. I'm not a fan of this clip, but not that big of a deal. But you could see how, like, all these little parts are just, it does have quite a bit of parts. Sometimes people look at it like the more parts, the worse. And some people like the machining and, you know, all the crazy parts, you know, all put together, as long as they're put together nicely and fit nicely. You know, more parts, more problems, sometimes people say, but sometimes, you know, if they're well done, then, you know, sometimes it's a good thing. But man, this thing is very smooth. Lots of leverage on this flipper tab. You can see how much higher the pull point is from the center of the pivot. Detent is nice and crisp. Beautiful spear point blade. I'm going to call it a spear point. Yeah, we'll call it a spear point. The grind is average, meaning it's pretty slicey. It's not overly thick. You can actually see the taper here down to the tip. And it's not overly fragile, but I definitely would not pry with that. It's definitely a piercing kind of tip. Nice choil, well, at least decent. They did give you something to sharpen, and the plunge grind is away from it, so that's awesome. Nice grab point on the scales, so when I disengage it, right here is nice and comfortable. Man, that detent. Nice thumb flipping action. You can't front flip it. I know it kind of looks like you might be able to, but I tried. It's not. I guess I can. It's kind of weird, though. It's not for it. But I guess you could. I like that you can get up right here. You can put your two fingers here, one finger there for the push cuts. This would be very comfortable for push cuts. And then you technically have your pinky right there. So nice and solid. But back here, even though I'm a good distance away from the blade, a lot of people don't like having that much distance. It's not bad. It's really not. I could tell I could work with this because this area is so generous. I can fit both fingers there without my finger just landing right here. They both fit pretty good. Now, I do feel the jimping here a little bit, but I don't care. I got callus there. So it's pretty comfortable, and it kind of sits a little forward, which is nice. So that's not bad. And then this being a little thicker than this area right here, it's pretty comfortable in the hand, and if I ever want to, I could scoot up and use that front spot. So this thing is so unique. The milling is nice and deep and heavy. The flip, or I'm guessing this is reversible, but I don't know. I'm guessing. Yeah, I would guess that is. They did put a big old hole for a lanyard, geared back spacer. What's the stop like? Is it internal? It must be an internal stop pin. I can't see it because the tolerances are pretty tight on this thing. I mean, you can see daylight back here, but yep, there it is. Okay, so there's a pin here, and I'm guessing the groove is in the blade. There we go. Very, very cool, though. Let me look at the spine again. You can't touch that. Can't touch the blade. Very cool, man. This thing is definitely unique. I never seen this before. Maybe you guys have. Now, I did hear, though, let me just say this. I did hear that this is discontinued. But you can still get them, I think. I'm not sure if I'll be able to link it or not, but I think there's a couple places you possibly can still buy them. And I'm guessing, I don't have no idea the price point right now. But you know, this is something that I would say that if this looks cool to you, it's definitely, it feels like, I mean, it's built pretty good. I haven't tested or anything, but so far it's definitely very unique. And I think that's awesome. I like to see unique knives. It looks good for sure. It looks good. It does have somewhat of a futuristic look. Kind of reminds me of this knife a little bit. Obviously very different, but just the shape. So there you guys go. I'll possibly be doing another video on this. I'm not sure. I think I might throw it in a random video or something, but I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.